feelings. I travel all around the world to steal voices, vocals from Eskimo or Romanian or Russians or Chinese people, and I really mix them exactly like you are mixing instruments in a sense. And now I'm going to steal some inspiration. I love rats. My Chinese sign is rat, so I feel quite comfy. I'm always excited by the contradictions of conceptual art. It's a cheaper version of Gone with the Wind, in a sense. There is a kind of challenge there to try to make a steamroller fly. In a way, a kind of familiar challenge to me. The China project came from, first of all, the British Embassy in Beijing gave to the Chinese radio Oxygene and Equinox. And Oxygene and Equinox have been the first music ever played in Chinese radio after Mao's time.
Most of them had not heard music for the last sort of 30 years of any kind, except perhaps a bit of classical music or the traditional, Chinese hymns. Jean-Michel and I literally just sort of went there, the two of us, and because he decided that he wanted to do a concert in China. And it was sort of the most extraordinary concert because it started from literally nothing. It started from just a man with an ideal and an idea who wanted to make his music be heard in China. The first concert in Peking was extraordinary because it was in a very big stadium. It was all the officials that came, first of all, the officials and the politicians and the army. And nobody clapped or made any noise at all.
I think the crowds in China were quite nonplussed by the whole thing. It was so full of technology that must have been totally alien to them, and even the level of sound. Nobody in China at that time could have heard music performed that loud, even if it had been classical music.
The reaction of the Chinese when they watched the concert was really very weird, because we didn't know before, but when they are watching a concert, they walk, they discuss between themselves, and if it's a bit like if there is nothing happening on the stage.
I remember the first night we had a lot of official people and not so much people in the street, so we decided to buy the tickets. I mean, to buy the old tickets was not a big deal because it was like a few $100s. And we gave these tickets to the kids in the street. So the second night we had the real audience, and that has been something extraordinary. I mean, it's an extraordinary, it's like playing on a different planet, like on Mars or on the moon.
Shanghai was absolutely, they just went wild. Because he thought maybe the Chinese were like this, and maybe they didn't know about what you were supposed to. I think it was embarrassment too. They didn't know what to do after a concert. It was sort of. But Shanghai, I mean, they didn't know. It was straight from the heart.
Suddenly they start to be very excited and all that. And as an audience, it's the most extroverted audience I ever experienced. I remember in Shanghai, Chinese people, I mean, I mean, throwing other people, throwing people in the air. I mean, throwing people like this. I mean, like you would throw balls or balloons. They were throwing other guys. I mean, like, it was really mad. I mean, it's like a kind of Rio or Brazilian type of event.